Hello everybody and welcome to the live stream today for our London Liftoff Film Festival and our Sydney and Melbourne Liftoff. Really exciting today. We've got the second roundup for London, which is where we run through all of the programmes. We look at all of the latest statistics from each of those and who is currently leading in the audience choice voting. And then we will be announcing our Sydney and Melbourne network round finalists. So that's the jury choice selected finalists and the audience choice selected finalists. So it's a really exciting stream today. Everyone's in a good mood here at Pinewood Studios as we are very close to Christmas. So I hope everybody's having a good week and I hope everyone enjoyed the final weekend of watching those Australian films. The chat room is open. I can see Mike Epsh and Kushnell. Thank you so much for tuning in. Kushnell's short Lockdown by Mask Film Studios is in one of the festivals, so thank you so much for screening with us. Do put your name and your film project in there if you're screening and I will shout out. Also ask away with any questions that you have. This is really an opportunity to fire away and we can get those questions answered for you. But yeah, we're going to start with London Liftoff, which is kind of at the halfway point because this festival is live until Monday the 3rd of January, 10 p.m. GMT. So there's still plenty of time to get lots of film watching done and decide your audience choice voting. So to recap then, anybody who purchases a festival ticket with us can vote for their two favourite films. And this is to try and put your favourite films through to the network round, which is where Liftoff jury, a new set of jury, compared to the ones who curated these programmes in the first place, and Liftoff members go more in depth and mark those different films to choose their winners. But what are the prizes? So every Liftoff festival you are competing in, so if that's for Sydney and Melbourne or London Liftoff, winners will get a live screening. So for London, they'll get a live screening at London 2022. And for Sydney and Melbourne, it will be one of the Australian film festivals. Season Award nominations are also up for grabs, which we will be announcing very shortly. For the season awards in January. This is our red carpet glamorous event where we award the very best films that have come through the festival circuit from the year. Really looking forward to that. We've still got quite a few slots to announce, and anybody who has been screening with us over the entire course of the year at any of our 26 festivals or showcases is eligible for a nomination in any of the 14 categories. So stay tuned for that because, like I said, there's still quite a few spaces up for grabs. Hello to people in the chat room. We've got Catherine in here, Claire Langford, Lee, who's saying Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Zach, whose film The Waiting Room is in the Judges Select, and his doc, The Artist in Motion, is in Trendsetters for Sydney. Amazing. Paul James is here from Dream Motion Studios. We've got Anthony saying Merry Christmas from Australia. I had one Christmas in Australia once and it was very strange being in swimwear on the beach in lots of heat compared to wrapped up warm by a fireplace, but I loved it. Just very different, isn't it? Cigar is here again, whose film EINS is screening. Claire's is the director of Mr. Wong's Lullaby, which is in the official selection for London Liftoff. Yeah, thank you so much. And Lee's Snov is screening. And Neil Housey, hi. Really nice to see so many of you in here. And actually the last thing I'll say before I promise we get on to breaking down the programmes and their latest statistics is a thank you to everyone who signed up to the focus groups for London Liftoff. Those are actually taking place today and tomorrow, both at 3 p.m. GMT, where we'll be jumping on an e-meet with a whole group of you. I'll be hosting today's one, Natalie will be hosting tomorrow's, where we'll just learn more about you as filmmakers and your projects that are screening. This is a really nice opportunity to sort of try and connect with people, even though everything's been really strange this last year. So yeah, we're looking forward to those. So do jump on that Google e-meet if you signed up. All of the details were sent to you the other day, but I'll be sending out reminders as well. But yeah, I think that's everything for now. which means it's time to start looking at the statistics. Always something I love doing. I find it so interesting, and I love watching the numbers tick up and up and up throughout the festival month. And London is on fire. We have got unbelievable statistics across all of the 5 programmes, actually. So let's take a look, starting with our Judges Select Features, which has got 44 people watching, and you've hit 300 playthroughs of feature films now. We've got people watching from 9 different countries, and on this programme, interestingly, those are primarily from the UK, USA and Greece. Which is really cool. 21 out of the 44 people have voted so far. Like I said, there's still plenty of time if you're undecided and you're not sure which 2 you're choosing. But out of the people that have already chosen, leading the way so far is Locked Down, Locked In, which is on 10 votes. So this is directed by Baris Saliglu. It's an experimental doc which was of UK origin, but actually filmed across a huge number of countries. This is a really cool international project which is collating different monologues and short films about women who are experiencing domestic abuse during lockdown, which sadly we know has been one of the many catastrophes of the recent events over the last 2 years. So yeah, this is an international digital project. You've got 8 30-minute episodes. So if that sounds something that you'd be interested in checking out, you can watch this on our Judges Select Features. And then on 5 votes in second place at the moment is Jack Garreau's Low Rollers from the UK. And I think I mentioned this last week actually, but Jack is somebody whose filmmaking journey we've been following for a while here at Liftoff. And he loves telling stories from parts of the UK that don't normally get seen so much on screen. So he was talking to us about how he loves showing northern life in his projects. And the logline for Low Rollers is a bunch of corrupt cops in a quiet northern town become embroiled in a sinister revenge plot following the release of notorious criminal Marvin Shaw. So there we go. On to our trend set of features then, which has got 52 different people watching. You've now hit 347 playthroughs. People are watching from 14 different countries and 34 votes thus far have been placed. And we've got a bit of a musical theme going on here with these 3. So the film currently in the lead on 19 votes is The Opening Act, which is a documentary directed by Gary J. Katz, The Extraordinary Journey of James Lee Stanley. So this film has had huge viewing figures, really exciting to see this bit on 19 votes already. Go and take a look. Then again, a documentary. On 6 votes, A Year in the Pit, A Voyage into Music Photography, an American documentary directed by John M. Woody. So this is a 1-hour doc about still photographers commonly found front stage in the pit at music festivals. Shooting in the pit requires intense, split-second decisions to capture the ultimate on-stage moment. So again, if this is something you find interesting, this is definitely one to check out. As is Let the Music Play, which is also tied on 6 votes. Again, a music doc, but this time focusing on how the industry has been hit by COVID. So there's a bit of a theme here. We're screening quite a lot of work at the moment about the different ripple effects that COVID has had. And it's really interesting to see how people recreate that or depict that in their films. And in this case, this is a feature-length doc about the crushing impact on the music industry as seen through the eyes of artists, musicians, promoters, venue owners, merchandisers, and Save Our Stages and NIVA ambassadors. And as somebody who loves music and everything that comes with it, this is definitely an interesting one. Okay, on to our 3 shorts programmes then. So for our Judges Select Shorts, we've got 131 people currently tuning into these shorts from 18 different countries. And really interestingly, lots of those views are coming from Iceland, which is just pretty cool. The majority of viewers are coming from the US, and the UK. We're currently on 878 playthroughs, so close to that magic 1,000. I'm sure we'll hit 1,000 by the end of the week. And we are on 95 votes so far. And in pole position at the moment is Paul James Houghton from the USA's From Under the Bridge When Bullies Become Trolls, which is on a phenomenal 41 votes. So there's a lot of people enjoying, or maybe that's not quite the right word when you hear the logline of this, but really appreciating this moving short film. So a lonely high school girl escapes depression and her bullies when she meets the perfect boy online. But is he too good to be true? I mentioned this last week, but I'll say it again. Paul is definitely one to keep your eye on because there's exciting things coming for Paul. And we look forward to staying in touch and seeing how that goes. On 12 votes, just behind, is Fishing Avocados, which is something a bit different. You've got this is a mockumentary dramedy from Germany, directed by Maxine Roediger and Julia Müller. When Olivia comes to learn that her ex-boyfriend, whom she broke up with, has left the country to study abroad, she decides to win him back. And look at that poster. So there you go. Onto our trendsetter shorts then, which has just had a staggering response. We've got 571 people watching who have racked up 1,045 playthroughs. So who knows what that figure is going to be by the end of the festival. Maybe we will hit 2,000. This is certainly a record-breaking programme, which is super exciting. We've got lots of people watching from different countries. We've got 23 different countries, which is where Vimeo have recorded people of watching the films from. And the latest two to join that list are Russia and the Netherlands. But currently, lots and lots of people watching from the USA, the UK, Philippines, and India. We've got 550 votes placed already. So, leading the way out is Download My Heart in London, a music video which stands on 506 votes. Crazy to even say. This is a music video from the USA directed by Mo Robeck. The video reflects and expresses, in a fun way, the interplay between personal and social interaction in our new digital era. And I say this quite a lot, but yeah, we love screening music videos along with animations. They're really things that can lift a programme in a film festival. And then on 25 votes in second place is an experimental short from the UK, Fight in Motion, directed by John Chung. This is a visceral assault on the senses. Fight in Motion is a short film about the ritual cycle of pain, repetition and renewal that comes with combat sports. On to then our final programme of London Liftoff, and this is our new voice shorts, where we've got 73 people watching from 13 different countries, lots of viewers in the UK and Japan, which is really cool, who have hit 758 playthroughs together. 55 votes so far. In top of the polls so far is With Her on 9 votes, which is a UK film directed by Philippa Brocklehurst. So With Her is inspired by a true story exploring a young mother's rare moment of stillness and solitude, which I think is sort of reflected in that very cool poster. And then we've got 2 films tied on 6 votes here. We've got Life Actually, which is a Japanese short directed by Natsuko Sagawa. A woman starts her day with candle meditation at the park. She uses this time to reset herself, to dive into her inner space and reconnect with her true self that is connected to everything. And then we've got a film from Singapore, which we didn't mention last week. This is now also tied on 6 votes, The Prism, directed by Eric Wong, and it's a drama short. A Singaporean family downgrades from their luxury condominium to a small public housing apartment due to the father losing his job in the pandemic. In the midst of moving, they discover something special about their 9-year-old autistic son. So again, you've got a film here that's sort of talking about the repercussions of COVID and the pandemic. So there we go. We've got lots and lots of interesting films for people to feast on regardless of which programme you're watching. Just take a quick look at the chat room. Hi to Neil, hi to Artie from India, who with Team 3 Devi. We've got Cam, Robodrome Music Videos, who are Download My Heart from London. Hi, and a huge congratulations on those staggering statistics. We have got JJ here, who acted alongside his 15-month-old daughter Frey, who had her first speaking role in Getaway Kid at 15 months old. Starting her young. Cigar says Merry Christmas to everyone. We've got Vipin here from London, director of Better the Devil You Know, which is in Trendsetters Shorts at the moment. Catherine says Merry Christmas from Indonesia. I love this. Everyone's wishing everyone Merry Christmas from all sorts of different corners of the globe. Love it. And we've got Paul DeSank, who's the director of Bloom here, and Eric, the cinematographer. So hi, guys. And there we go. Okay, so this really leads us then onto the next part of the stream, which is where we're going to announce the network round finalists for our Australian liftoff. So like I said before, this is where the audience choice finalists will join the jury selected finalists for 1 week as the network round. This will start at 1 p.m. today and it will last until next Wednesday, 1 p.m. as well. And then very shortly after that, the winners, season award nominations and the audience choice awards will be announced. So yeah, without further ado, I think it's time to take a look. So let's look at the network round feature films first. And we will start with, as you can see here, Shadows in the Box. So a huge congratulations to Valentino Clark from the USA. A journey into the aesthetic of a photographer, Shadows in the Box is the exploration of the life and times of mercurial existentialist photographer Thomas Clark. You can find all this information on our website. Just go to liftoff.network and then you go to film festivals and all of this information is there. You've got the trailers for the films as well. All of this information is also going to be emailed to everybody who was participating in the festival so that you can watch the films that maybe weren't on your programme. But yeah, huge congratulations to Shadows in the Box. The second feature film going through is If I Didn't Care, directed by Peter Borkland Andersen from Denmark. Titus's dad was never present, not even when they were together. Father and son have not seen each other in ages when Titus is called and asked to take his terminally ill father to the hospital. So nice there that you've got a documentary, and in this one you've now got a live action. Here we go. Third is Love Laboratory, directed by Micho Wang from China. Now, this is a film that we've screened in a number of our festivals and it's always gone down really, really well. So it's a pleasure to be taking this through to the network round. Countless people have defined true love, but there is no convincing version. The true love detection of True Love Laboratory is based on the latest neuroscience research. It uses scientific methods to explore the true meaning of true love and provides true love detection for all living beings. Amazing cinematography and performances here, so take the chance to watch this during the network round. Then, penultimately, number 4 going through is 3 Devi. So hi to Artie and team in the chat room and a huge congratulations. So 3 Devi, directed by Ashvin A. Matthew from India. 3 Devi is a riveting story of 3 women, a leading actress, an entrepreneur and bride-to-be, an assistant director, who are fed up of the male chauvinism in their respective fields. As you can see, you've got all the trailers here as well, so do go and check these out. And then finally, we've got another documentary, The Adventures at Comic-Con, directed by Jason Brown from the USA. Serving as a continuation after the events of the award-winning art documentary, A Fanboy's Tale, this film documents the adventures of experiencing the 2012 San Diego Comic-Con, the largest comic convention in the world every year. So if that's something that piques your interest, go and watch this film. So that's it. Those are our 5 feature films going through to the network round. And now let's take a look at our shorts, starting with Animal Work, an Australian short directed by Zach Marinan. An anxious young man goes to a group therapy session. However, the session takes a strange and unexpected turn when the other attendees get in touch with their wild sides. So this was screening on our New Voices programme here. Then number 2, also screening on New Voices, was The Little Bird, directed by Neil Halsey, who's in the chat room. So congratulations, Neil and team. This is for an American project, 2 vignettes of a boy's life connected through memory. Goes through to the network round, as does The Other Loss, an Australian project directed by Hayley Johnson. The Other Loss is a dramatic short film about a sudden and unexpected death of a young man and the impact of grief on his 2 friends, Amelia and Sienna. Congratulations, Hayley and team. And number 4, we've got Brazil, which is a music video. Speaking of, they always do really well, from France, directed by Lucy Bordeaux. For the music for Lulu Von Trapp. Brazil tells the story of wandering of a mysterious heroine in a current Paris nightmare. And then Cheap Rent, directed by Seb Bardui-Thompson, is going through, another Australian film. Always nice to see when it's our Sydney and Melbourne liftoffs. Busy tidying up for a house inspection, the last thing Charlie was expecting was to find another dead body on his living room floor. Don't you just hate it when that happens? Congratulations, Seb and team. And then Paul DeSank, who again is in the chat room. It's so nice having you guys watching. Bloom is going through to the network round, which tells the light-hearted, comedic tale of Betty, an elderly woman whose rich inner life belies her seemingly conventional appearance. Number 7 is Youth, directed by Giorgio Bozio. Payman and his friends are a group of Afghan teenagers on the cusp of adulthood who find themselves stuck in Athens. In limbo but armed with newfound freedom, they kill time by aimlessly strolling around the city, sharing jokes, rap battles, stories of the past and dreams of the future. A wonderful short from the UK there. This was another jury selection, Talbot Road, directed by Jonathan Finney from Australia. A troubled hitchhiker grapples with the imminence of leaving the refuge he's found in a mother and her son amid a harrowing paddock valley. And then Defying Gravity, directed by Sam Martin, again Australian. Katia Schwartz is a deaf and queer professional aerial performer and the owner-founder of Sky Sirens Dance Studio in Sydney, Australia. After an unexpected diagnosis with a profound hearing loss, not once but twice, she is compelled to reflect on her identity, life and career. The aerial performances are always phenomenal and magnifying to watch, but this is so much going on in his story. Definitely an interesting one. Then we've got Sticks and Strings, which did very well throughout the whole festival with audiences, an Australian short by Luke Antoon. Casey's only dream in life is to learn the guitar, but when her brother refuses to teach her, she must go to whatever length possible to connect with him once more. Then we've got Other, directed by Jay Arkansalan from the USA. Other is the story of 2 half-Chinese sisters forced to work together to save their late father's American dream. As they experience daily racial comments about their ethnic ambiguity, they discover a way to own their identity and heal. And then finally we have Enough, directed by Apostolos Visselides from Sweden. During a life drawing class, the art model struggles with determining who claims ownership of her body. So there you have it. So that's 12 short films and 5 feature films to feast on over this week of the network round. Like I said, an email will be heading your way shortly, and it will also be live on the Network Hub. This is where you'll have access to watch all of these films, any Liftoff member, so any one part of the Network Hub, which is our exclusive platform for members and screening filmmakers to stay in touch, network, have access to different materials. That will be posted on there, so you can watch any of these that have sort of piqued your interest. Definitely recommend it. You know, by definition, these are films that have been rated extremely highly by our jury, or films that the audience have thoroughly enjoyed and voted through. So you've got an extremely high calibre of films here, and we want to know what you think of them. So along with our jury, you can also place your votes with a more in-depth voting system and help choose our winners and our season award nominations. So just a quick catch up in the chat room. Hi to Ibrahim, Deja Vu Creations, whose movie Blood of My Blood is screening. Game Slime says Merry Christmas Game Slime. And everyone, and yeah, congratulations to everybody who's done well. Cigar says very happy for you all, which is really lovely. So London Liftoff closing on the 3rd of January, still got plenty of time to enjoy those films, and the network round, which will be opening at 1 p.m. today. Thank you so much to everybody who's been tuning in over the last few weeks during these festivals as well. Wish you all a very Merry Christmas to those celebrating on Saturday. And we will see the rest of you as well next week, when we will be announcing the winners of Sydney and Melbourne Liftoff Film Festival, and we'll be having our final roundup for London before we approach the final week of the festival. Merry Christmas, everybody. Take care.